back to another episode of From the Shadows. Now, over the last couple of days, we've been trying like targets, and my god, you guys have been smashing it. Seriously, you hit every one so far, and I'm not going to try and overdo it with these, because obviously there's only a limited number we can get. So we're going to go with the same as I did on last night's video, which you guys smashed the night before anyway. So we're going to go, if you can hit 250 likes on this video, that would be amazing, and I think there's some good reasons to do so as well, as you'll see coming into this episode. So yeah, let's get into things. Now, I was going to do it, well, I'm going to do a question of the day, but this is one I've actually made up myself. I've got a big list here, but I was thinking about this last night, and I figured, no, screw it, I'm going to talk about this. So basically, time-wasty games, and what I mean by that is things you play on your mobile or your tablet. For me, it's more my tablet, because my phone has a shitty battery on it, but like things you just do, like for example, I often, like if I'm watching TV or something, when I say watching TV, I mean watching things on my computer, because I rarely ever actually watch television, you know. But I generally like to play phone games and stuff like that, just because for some reason I find I take in information better while I'm doing that. It's really weird, but I find that makes me listen, particularly when I'm watching documentaries or something. But yeah, so what game is like your go-to thing, be it Candy Crush, be it something else? Like for me, it's Pocket Mine 2. I cannot get enough of that shit. It is amazing. Anyone else here play that game? Because seriously, it takes over my life. Well, not really, because obviously I wouldn't be doing this, would I? But you get my point. Other thing is, although you won't be seeing them in today's episode because I am an upty who forgot them, we have some new kits for Paris FC. Now, I was going to wait until the end of the start of the next season to do it, but I figured, no, I want to get these in here, basically. And we have Adam Doyle to thank for it. Now, those of you who watched Adam's done me some kits in the past. I actually can't remember for what save he did them for, but he has definitely done me kits in the past. I swear to God he has. I do apologise, Adam. I think I have completely forgotten, but I'm pretty certain you've done me some kits in the past. But basically, Adam is a really good designer. I might put the kits on the screen, actually, so you can at least see them before I put them in for the next episode, basically. But I think they're quite cool. It's a little bit different, although I am a massive fan of the current Paris FC kit, and I hope that their new kit for the new season is awesome, because I really, really want to get one. But there you go. That's the new kit that we're going to be using from now on. I think it's a little bit different, and I like it. Now, Adam is a really good artist. There's some really good graphic design stuff, guys, so if you do want to get any kind of thumbnail stuff, maybe you're starting a YouTube channel, because I know I've had some messages over the last couple of days about that, and I will get back to you guys, I promise, particularly those who have emailed me. I promise, and I'm still working on that new series. I just need to sort out some stuff with cameras and stuff. So yeah, get in touch with Adam if you need any stuff like that done, because he's a really good artist. Now, finally, FM16, in yesterday's episode of Outcast to Icons, I talked about like what ideas I had for saves for next year, basically, and I wanted to do, of course, a rebuilding save, because I always like to start now. And the reason, because obviously that opened the floodgates of people suggesting saves, which is fine. Everyone always, everyone has an opinion, which is cool. I kind of use a quite specific set of criteria when I'm deciding on which teams to do for rebuilding saves. Like Fulham, okay, that was the exception, because the one piece of advice I could give to you if you start a YouTube channel or do an FM, the first save you should do, just make it your team. Do the team you know the most about, because it will make you sound more knowledgeable than you actually are perhaps about football. It worked well for me, let's put it that way. I know more about Fulham than I do, again, about I don't know, Ferencváros. So it's best to start a save with the team you like. That's just the way I would do it. It doesn't matter if they're a big side or a small side, really, because it's just a way of getting yourself started, and you get a bit more of the flow of commentary. That's the best way to go about it. But basically, for rebuilding saves for me, I like to start at League 2 at the highest, basically. So teams like Blackpool, Wigan, they would be great if they fell another level. Not for their fans, of course, that would be horrible. And I would really not like to see that, to be honest. But I like to start lower, just because it means that you get more longevity out of the save going forward, and you feel more achievement. So hence Yeovil being League 2, and Hereford, I don't even know what league Hereford have been put into at the moment. I still need to find that out. But if I did do a Hereford United save, it wouldn't be able to start with the beta, because there wouldn't be a database that had it on. So I don't think they'd even be called Hereford United anymore. I don't know what the new team is called, actually. If anyone who's a Hereford fan or knows anything about them can let me know some more information about that, then please do drop it in the comments. So what I might do, which is just an interesting idea, is when we get the beta, when the beta comes out, because it's like a 2-week thing, and just to test the game, and maybe because last year I started 2 saves and we had some very strange things in it. Now what I might do this year is just do a beta save, and I'm thinking maybe one with the English national team, just to cover the beta for the 2-week period or whatever, to get through that. Obviously, if I'm feeling better at the time, it'll be 2 saves, but we'll just do some interesting stuff just to mess around for 2 weeks to get things started and get used to the game. Maybe do a couple of tutorial videos on certain things as well, maybe my scouting and whatnot, but then we can jump right in when the full game is released, and we won't have quite so many bugs, hopefully. So that's sort of the plan. And as for Parma, I know people have suggested it, but look guys, if you want a Parma video or a Parma save, please do go check Dr. Benji's channel out if you haven't already, because his Parma is it's slightly different, but it's brilliant for that reason exactly, that it is slightly different, and there needs to be more stuff like that in this community. And yeah, so it would be, I couldn't add anything to that on FM16 for me personally, and I just don't think that'd be right to do though in general. And besides, there's plenty of teams that I could do, so there's no need for that. Also, Sleeping Giants, if we do come back, I would... Teams like Ajax, the problem with that is I just find that that's a little too big for me. As much as I like Ajax, the reason I went with Red Star is because they were slightly further down the totem pole, so to speak. So that's kind of why I went with that. I also had an idea. I wanted to do a save in Hungary, just called Hungary for Success, with a team like Ferencváros or someone like that, just because of the pun title. And I know that I shouldn't be doing things based on that, but I always wanted to do another save like Red Star, and I thought a team like Ferencváros would be an interesting one to do. But there we go. So, right, apologies for all that blabber, guys. Let's get into things today. If you do have an idea for a question today, drop it in the comments, of course, as usual. Now, in the last episode, of course, we got a massive point away at PSG, and we got a massive goal from Park Jae-won. And I know some of you guys really quite enjoyed the title. I thought of that about 2 minutes before I put the video up, because I was really struggling. And since then, my brain has been filled with puns. So prepare for things like Jurassic Park J1, It's a Park J Wonderful Life. There's so many more of these. Now, today's episode may well have a lovely sort of punny title as well, but it won't be about him. It could have been, but I thought that would be a bit too, you'll see why it could have been him as well. So we started things off against Stade Caen in the Cup. Now, we beat them, obviously, in our live com a couple of episodes ago, actually. And as you can see, Park Jae-won scored us the winner. Park Jae-won won us the game, and we were the better side in this one. There's no denying that. T.R. Arnold gave them the lead, though, and, anything could have happened there. But Ercan Aslan and Park Jae-won, those attacking midfield maestros now are really starting to find their feet. Park Jae-won has hit the ground running, to be fair. He's got goals, he's got assists, and Aslan seems to have quite a few goals in his game, too. So I'm liking that. They certainly are providing a decent level of backup to Alberto Cherry now, and that's important, because as good as his goal-scoring record is, we do need more goals in us, particularly as we've been a little bit leaky, and that is something I'm going to look to work on in the summer. There's got to be some ways we can tighten up a little bit while still keeping our attacking threat. So we won, and we're through to the next round of the Cup, where we've drawn against Lorient. We're actually going to have to play them in back-to-back games, which is a little bit worrying. Now, next up we had Racing Club de Lens, and it was away from home, and we weren't very good. I mean, we were okay, but as you can see, they really were on it in this one. So we really didn't stand much of a chance, particularly in the second half. They really did kick up a bit of a fuss. Baptiste Guillaume gave them the lead on 19 minutes before Michy Batshuayi made it 2-0. Now, we did get a little bit of luck with Willy Bolly's own goal, and his name is fantastic. So we've got a little bit of luck with both the goal and his name, making it 2-1. Now, we did actually equalise, coming back with Park Jae-won. He scored in the Cup, he scored against PSG, and now he scored against Racing Club de Lens. And I thought, okay, fair enough. He had a solid, as you can see, he scored himself a 9 performance again. He's been absolutely outstanding this month. And if it wasn't for a couple of things, this episode would be based around him as well. And, it may well change. If he does something in today's live com, I may well have to title it with another one of my lovely puns. But Jean-Philippe... oh, God dear. Bamin? I don't know. Jean-Philippe Bamin made it 3-2, and then they got a quick fire ones with Batshuayi and made it 5-2, and perhaps 5-2 was a little bit harsh. Thankfully, Park Jae-won was back again to make it 5-3 and at least try and keep the goal difference down slightly, but we did concede 5 goals, and that was not exactly ideal in the long run on that one. Unfortunately, next up we had Lille at home, and this one again, they had a lot of shots, but they were, still edged it slightly. We actually took the lead in this one through Park Jae-won. He just does not know when to stop. He's brilliant. Unfortunately, Djordjevic and Wijnaldum managed to flip things over on us for Lille. For Lille. Now, they've got Jan Vertonghen playing for them, which is kind of cool as well, and Eduardo Vargas. So there's some pretty decent teams, some pretty decent players at Lille. And at this stage, having, drawn against... We lost the game against Stade Rennais quite comfortably. We got the great result against PSG, but then those 2 results in the league did start to make me wonder, because we had started to slide, and the last thing we needed was to have what we had in last season. I want to try and keep this decent run-ish going as long as possible, because we went into a massive slump last year, and I can't afford that to happen again, because we've done so well. Next up, though, we had Olympique Marseille, who were slightly worse off than they were last year in terms of their overall league position, and my God, we got lucky again. Now, we've had some, perhaps we deserve more out of some of the other games, so perhaps this was just karma coming around, but Alberto Cherry, this time, finally scoring, gave us the lead on 22 minutes. They did equalise for an Andre Ayew penalty. Little bit sort of suspect, but what can you do? Gabe got man of the match in this one as well for 2 assists, which was quality. Quentin Pereira getting back on the score sheet. He's not scored for a little while. He did come off the bench, to be fair, so we've kind of got more packing that area, so it's understandable he won't get on the team quite as much. But Nicolas Janvier getting a rare goal as well to make it 3-1, and that is a huge one for us. And finally, we had Evian away. Now, Evian are 19th in the league. So I was a little disappointed in this one, I have to be honest. This was an absolute belter of a game as well, though it must be pointed out, because we fell 2-0 behind through Andil Jali and Issa Kofi, who's a fantastic Ivorian player. He really is a good player. And yeah, we were 2-0 down. And I didn't think we were entirely deserved of that deficit, basically. Thankfully, Salih Uchan, of all people, managed to make it 2-1 just before half-time. So we went in with a 2-1 deficit. Now, we really did kick on in the second half. Now, admittedly, you know, we leveled things up with Alberto Cherry on 53 minutes for the first goal. Look how quickly, a 12-minute hat-trick as well. I have to say, that is amazing. They then went back in front again, 3-2, with Jirez Kembo Ekoko, which is a glorious name and sounds like a dance, and I would love to dance to his name. Now, things kind of changed at this point. When Jean-Baptiste Pierrazzi was sent off, I thought, right, now's our moment. So we threw it on attack. And then a quick-fire double from Cherry on 63 and 65 minutes. Boom, boom, 4-3. And I thought, right, we're going to do this. Unfortunately, Issa Kofi with an absolutely brilliant goal in the 90th minute to make it 4-4. It was a great game, but I just wish we'd done enough to get the win. Now, before we get into things, I'm going to show you the squad, but there's also one other thing I want to show you in my scouting. My scouts picked up a... Whoa, Jesus. That's not the way... Oh, that's the known players one. Okay, fair enough. Right, scouts. Where is it? Oh, no. Sorry, apologies. I always go into the scouted one instead of the assignments. Now, I've changed my assignments around a little bit lately, but I was looking through... That's the wrong one, isn't it? Or is it? I think that's the wrong one. Apologies for this, guys. I think I clicked the wrong one. Oh, it's this one. Sorry. Yeah, here we go. Right. Some of them are a little bit too old, but I did find this guy. Now, we don't know much about his stats still, so I'm going to have to scout him a bit further. But... look at this already. He's 17 years old. He plays for Sao Paulo, but he's on loan from Santos. I reckon we could probably get him for sort of £2-3 million at the most. But look at this. I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to assign a scout from our scouting pool to watch him for a month, and just don't want to spend too much, and just see if we can get at least a better idea of his stats, because he looks like the sort of player that we might look into signing in the summer. The reason I'm showing you this, guys, is because some of you wanted to see kind of where I'm going to be going with the players and how I do the signings a little bit more, so I thought I'd show you, just like when I see someone like that, it's the current ability that I'm so interested in. He's only 17. He stands out like a sore thumb. I've got it set for only under 17s here. This is the South American scouting report, but obviously we've got some others, which of course I can show you as well. But I don't want this to go on for too long. So basically that's what we've been looking through at the moment. Still not... I changed all my scouts around and removed a load at the end of last season because it was getting a little bit messy. So I've reset it all. Well, not reset it all. Obviously you can't reset it all, but I've got rid of some of the reports, and this is kind of what we're left with, these new ones, but he's filed 336, which isn't too bad, actually. Also, my Central European one isn't doing too badly either. The other ones that, you know, this is a little bit less, but I believe he's in North Africa, to be fair. So this is where we got Boguji from. So as you can see, again, look, Yusuf Osalati here. Look at this player. He's from Tunis. We could probably get him on the massively cheap. Look at this. He looks like a really solid... But of course, he's a winger, so it would be pointless for us. But the point is, this is how I find my players. And we've got some really good, interesting ones to pick from now in the summer. Herve Sidibe. He could be a really, really solid centre-back. He's 20 years old. You know, we'll scout him a bit more, of course, if I'm interested. But he's got some pretty decent stats from what I can see already. That's kind of what we're looking for at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to need to do a little bit more scouting on those ones as well. But that's kind of where we're going to be going. So I just build up a shortlist, and in the summer, I'll go after some of these players. And if not, I'll have to go and try and find some more. But that's basically what I do. So let's take a little look at the squad. Goals. Alberto Cherry is top scorer with 11. Park Jae-won there, up there with 7 goals and 8 assists this season. He is a phenomenal record. Aslan has 7 as well, which is nice. As for assists, Park Jae-won has 8. Miles clear of anyone else. Man of the match, though, Aslan has got 4 of those, which is great to see. Average rating, Park Jae-won and Aslan are flying away at the top. But Bulens has also done okay, and he's actually really starting to develop into quite a solid player now. I've given him a new contract, so he is on quite a lot of money, but I feel like it's worth it. So yeah, let's get into today's game. Now, it is at home against Toulouse. We're 6th, they're 12th. I feel like there's a chance for us. We are going to go on controlled. We've been using it a bit more this month. Oh, Herve Renard. I feel like in most games, it gives us an advantage. Why does this keep switching? Is it selection info? I don't understand why it keeps doing that. Right, so we've got a couple of injuries. Unfortunately, Peter Ten and Musavu King are both out, along with a few others, actually, I think. Oh, no. Paciencia, unfortunately, he just can't get match fitness back. Every time he plays games to get his match fitness back, he gets injured in those games, even if I set him for like 20 minutes or whatever. It's really frustrating. He's just clearly very, very injury prone. I would say a bad sign, but the fact is he's free, so what can you do? So here's the lineup today. Alberto Cherry, Park Jae-won and Aslan, that the Holy Trinity. Gape and Uchan in behind, which is pretty solid. Bulens there, looking better and better as the days go by. Ruiz at right back, Phillips and Oban, and Mbar at left back. Mbar seems to have dropped off. He's actually... he was rated higher than that earlier in the season. I guess my scouts keep changing their mind. At one point, Bulens was 4 stars, so there you go. Right, let's get into things. We are on control. We're just going to see what we can come up with today, Bankley. It's Toulouse. I feel like this is... I want to make jokes like it's ours to lose, but it's too easy. I don't like puns that come too easy. Let's see. Yep. I think we've got enough to win this one, and we kind of need to, really, just to keep that little bit of momentum going forward, particularly in our home matches. Now that we are playing uncontrolled, it's important for us to keep up there. As you can see, it's 27 points on the board. Well, sorry, 26 points on the board already, which is brilliant, because I think last year we barely struggled. I don't think we even broke 40 points last year, if I remember. So that is something we really do need to look. This year's target should be around about 50 for me. That's where I'm looking for this season. I want to try to get 50 points on the board. But, over the top for Cherry's through on goal, and he has to score, and he does. That is absolutely brilliant. Ooh. That is a brilliant piece of play, actually. Was that Aslan with the ball over the top, or was that Alberto Cherry? Well, of course it wasn't Alberto Cherry. What am I talking about? Was that Aslan, or was that Park Jae-won? It wouldn't be surprising if it was Park Jae-won, to be honest. All right, come on. Oh, it was Aslan. What about that for a ball? Just perfectly clipped. Wonderful. I sounded so weird there. It was perfectly clipped. 1-0 to Paris FC, and that would put us back up into 3rd place. Amazingly, we still have that negative goal difference up there, which could end up biting us at the end of the season, but truth be told, I'm not that bothered about it for now, provided we keep winning games. In the long run, I feel like we should be able to at least get it into the positives. That would be pleasant. They're getting a lot of the ball, but our pass completion is solid, and we're having more shots than them so far. Here we go. Set piece time. Bulens is ball in. Cleared away to Park Jae-won. What can he pick out here? Goes back out wide to Joachim Bulens. Can he find a pass into the box? Whips it in. Aslan. Back post. Salah. Oh, what a save that is from Ahamada. That was a really good opportunity to make that 2-0, and I think Uchan probably should have taken it. Cherry. Aslan. He's in the box now. Can he get fouled, or will he shoot? Goes back out to Uchan. Takes a touch inside. Oh, what a finish that is. Well, that's made up for that miss. Salah Uchan, only his 2nd goal of the season, but to be fair, he has missed a few games, so what about that? Paris FC 2, Toulouse 0. That's more like it, guys. We're playing really well here. Ergen Aslan. Is that... Oh, no. I thought that was going to be another assist from him, but I think it was actually tackled into Uchan's path. Otherwise, I think Aslan probably would have taken the shot on himself. It's all us at the moment, but unfortunately, that means that it only takes that one annoying... Oh, well done. Bulens did well there, and what about that? We can break here. Uchan, player surging forward. Can he get the ball back into that little area? What? Park Jae-won. He's got support. Aslan, Cherry around the corner. Oh my god, he's offside though. What about that though? We're really looking vicious on the counter-attack, and yeah, we're like raptors. Clever girl. Uchan picked out the right path. Park Jae-won got a little bit confused, and yeah, Cherry is miles offside, but what I can say is what an absolutely brilliant finish that was. Ahamada did not put up much of a fight on that one, it has to be said. So, 2-0 up. Get to half-time at 2-0, I'd feel very confident about us winning this game. We're in total control at the moment, except for the possession, which is ironic, considering that's the one thing we usually do control. Right, one more chance before half-time. Don't let them score. Park Jae-won, back to Aslan, don't lose it here. Bulens, Oban. Oh, God. I have a horrible feeling we're going to do something silly here. Cherry does brilliantly there. Umbar's quite advanced up the pitch here. Cherry, get it back inside. Round to Park Jae-won. He's got support through Gape bursting forward. There's men overlapping. Gape. Aslan round the corner. Oh, he's gone for goal. What about that? Paris FC 3, Toulouse 0. Ergen Aslan's 8th goal of the season. I think I have an idea who may well be winning man of the match today. He's been bloody great. It was interesting that Gape picked him up, but what a bursting little run this is. And from the edge of the area, he's drilled it. Poor goalkeeping, perhaps, but it's a fantastic strike. 3-0 Paris FC. Oh, man, I'm glad we live-commed this one now. Aslan is playing out of his skin, an 8.7 so far. Ironically, Park Jae-won is not actually performing that well. I'll tell you what. Aslan, my Lionheart. That is brilliant. If he does anything more, this episode might well be titled in his honour. But hey, I think we're pretty much in the bag here if we don't do anything silly in the second half. They've not even had a shot on target yet. There might be more goals in this for us. Who knows? Uchan's ball in. Oban with the header, and it's 4-0. Paris FC 4, Toulouse 0. And look at that. Look at that in the top right corner, guys. We have a positive goal difference. You know, every cloud and all that. Yeah. So, Toulouse's defence looked like a bunch of drunk horses. To be honest. And we are just wiping the floor with them. It's not even a contest anymore. That's fantastic. Might make some changes. Might get Jorke off on in a little while, just to make sure that Cherry doesn't get injured or something like that, because we cannot afford that to happen. I'd like to try and keep the clean sheet here if we can too. We're actually eking the possession back slightly too. I suppose that's bound to happen as they try to come forward and attack us. Right, I'm actually going to make a change now and get Jorke up. Oh, actually, Uchan's going to come off while we're here, and I'm going to get Baguji on for him. And I might also, later in the game, not right now, give Josip Matas a run out as well. Since we're 4-0 up, I'd like to give him some game time, because for me, he actually probably has the potential to be better than Joachim Bulens, and I want to make sure that he actually has a chance to redeem himself, and not redeem himself, to actually reach some of that potential. Here we go. Bulens with the ball in again. Surely not another goal. Aslan, Bulens, Aslan, they're taking a piss a little bit here. Djorkaeff, go on. He goes for goal. It's on the line, and it is 5-0. I think that's Ryan Phillips with the goal. It is Paris FC 5, Toulouse 0. Oh, they've lost the plot. That is fantastic. Look at this football. Really good stuff in the corner flag. Djorkaeff's strike is well saved by Hamada, but unfortunately it falls straight to Ryan Phillips, and it is 5-0 to Paris FC. This might be the biggest win in this entire save, I think. Wow. Right, okay, we're going to do one more little change here. We're going to get Josip Matas on for Bulens, just to finish things off and give him a little run out. Give him sort of 15 minutes of play. We've been fantastic today. I've genuinely not seen us play this well. I don't think ever, actually. Not against a team with the quality of Toulouse. Paris FC 5, Toulouse 0, Aslan, Park J1, which sadly hasn't been involved that much today. Nearly another goal. We can play like this more often, guys, then there's a real chance of us finishing top 10 this year. I think top 10 is attainable. Matas now. Aslan, I'm sure this game is done. Gape, lots of space in that midfield. Park J1. Amazingly, I'm just so surprised that he's not been heavily involved today. Paris FC 5, Toulouse 0. Who's man of the match, though? And it is Urgent Aslan, of course. Aslan, my Lionheart. But can't deny how well Uchan played as well. With an 8.3, too fair, there's a lot of 8s. Even Park J1 got an 8.2 overall. That man just loves a good rating. Oh, that is brilliant. I'm really, really pleased about that result. I think that's one of the best results we've ever had. And look at that. That's our 39th goal of the season. We've actually scored the most goals in this entire division. So that's a positive sign. We've got goals in us. We just need to stop conceding as many, and we'll be right in there. So there you go. 29 points on the board after 17 matches. Not even at the halfway stage, and we're getting close to the sort of tally that we had last year. That is brilliant. As for top goal scorers, Alberto Cherry is the top scorer in the league with 12. Park J1 is right up there on average ratings, and he does have 7 assists as well. I don't know why he's been moved off there. Man of the match was as well, Urgent Aslan with 5. He is an absolute machine when it comes to creating those man of the match winning performances. So well done him. So next episode, what have we got? Some tough games coming up. I'm thinking perhaps... Oh, that's a lot of games actually. That's the first... There's quite a few games in there, so we need to be careful. So I'm thinking perhaps Montpellier away from home would be a good one to do next, because we've got Monaco, Saint Etienne, Lorient, Valenciennes, another cup tie, which are against a poor side probably. So we'll do the Montpellier game, I think. So guys, if you like what you're seeing, please drop a like on the video. See if we can get this one over 250 likes in honour of Urgent Aslan, my Lionheart. And yeah, if you liked it even more than that and you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel for more Outcaster icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every other day at the moment at 7 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for a game against Montpellier after Christmas, where, hey, let's see if we can see how long we can stay as a top 4 side, basically. I feel we will eventually fall away, but hey, with some of the players I'm looking to bring in, you just never know what we can do next year. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.